Are we going? Let's give it a try. And this is the CIRF report for, let's see here, December 28th and 29th. And as we go through here, you're going to be able to see how these last few days, like the universe is conspired almost to bring us to kind of the battle climax. So let me see if I can explain it a little bit better with the DreamBot initially. We are looking at a couple of interesting themes. Power and dominance. Look at the red arrows. Okay, you know, Jesus and God, sorry. I thought it was going to be like a divinity kind of theme until you saw the rest of it. Gang, men, force, size, football, and will. So it's very confrontational. Dominance, yang, power. So then quite the opposite with the blue arrows is sea. Now, what's interesting in the world of dreams, sea, this is the ocean sea, but you could easily be metaphoric for see, visually see Jesus. Those are the top two words, see Jesus. So maybe there's going to be some sort of one of those, Project Bluebeam. I think that was up to be slated or predicted to be used. I don't know, somehow. Let's get back to the CIRF. I'm off on a tangent again. Sea, men, pregnant, dream stories, unknown, ocean, and bear. So bear's metaphoric as well. It could be an animal, or you could be bearing something, bearing suffering of some sort. So the way I grouped this together was emotions and experience. Okay, so pregnant, for example, very emotional and very experiential. It's birthing something. Sea and ocean signify water, which is very emotion driven. Okay, enough of that. But remember those two themes: power, dominance, emotions, experience. Let's head into the astrology. All right, this is tomorrow. It's time of this recording is nighttime 27th. So tomorrow morning, the 28th at around 10 a.m. Central, the moon in Virgo, tropical Virgo, is going to start an opposition with Mars. This is where it begins. Okay, so passions and emotions start to flare up. This is the fighting energy. Too much aggression, conflict, moodiness, arguments, these kind of subtly increase. But as you saw before, so this was like a couple of days ago, we had Christmas, starting at Christmas was social energy. Then it was still social energy the day after. Then we started getting into kind of like the weird, joking awkwardness, social. And now we're just getting into all out arguments, conflict, and that kind of thing. But this is all for a purpose, because 12 hours later, this is at nighttime now in Central America. No, it's not Central America. Central time in the United States. We're going to have a conjunction between Mars and Chiron. Now, Chiron being the icy planet out there, but signifies the wounded healer, the wounded warrior, and can't ever really heal himself, but he figures out that in healing other people, heals himself. So now we've got the warrior conjunct warrior, and now we've got a lot of yang energy going on in Pisces of all places. But this is cultivating a healing moment in this aggression. So what Chiron does in this case, hopefully for you, is to show you that the aggression, that the way that we're handling this conflict, the way that we're handling it is actually causing us to suffer. When we thought before it was them, or pointing the finger, blaming, they're the ones that are causing us the suffering. No, Chiron says that it's our response to it that it causes our suffering. And so Chiron is healing our aggression, cultivating more calm, but more calm bravery, and giving us healthier skills in order to stand our ground. So Chiron's not saying just melt and surrender. He's saying you can stand your ground, but let's just do it in a much more healthy way. Okay, now it gets even better, because as we go into, well, let's see, well, I'll talk about the continuance here. So when we get into Saturday, the moon is entering Libra, and this is tropical Libra, so things seem balanced. But paradoxically, at that same time, this is in the morning, early in the morning, there's going to be a square between moon and sun. And so this square really gets us out of balance between male and female, yin and yang, feeling and thinking, emotions and power, internal war. That's all it is. And so now the conflict was outside. Chiron comes in and shows us how to kind of resolve that conflict. But now we're still conflicted on the inside, and now we have to resolve that. So let's, I'm going to start back over, and we're going to talk about how to orchestrate this energy using the sidereal zodiac. So the sidereal is the outside here. And what we do is we look at the influence from the tropical, and then we look at what we need to do. Because if you go out into the sky and if you look at where the moon is and you look at all these other planets, they're not where the tropical is telling you that they are. They're where the sidereal is. So that's why we want to get in a line with the sidereal astrology. And how we do this is this is tomorrow, so Friday. What we want to do is be grounded. This is in Virgo, because this is going to give us plenty of space in order to remain practical, remain earthed or grounded. But we also need to make sure that we're feeling our emotions in Pisces. So we're going to this is kind of an advanced move. That's why I'm showing the in social media tomorrow when we push this out, is that this is for the advanced surfers. So before we just picked one of these sidereal zodiacs, but now we're going to ask you to do two at the same time. So how do you be grounded and, Pisces, so practical and detailed Virgo, while you're also Pisces and experience psychic and emotional disturbances and having that emotional awareness? Well, it needs to happen because, we did, so last time we did the Mars thing, I'm sorry, it was the Neptune, and then we went up into Aquarius. So with the Aquarius, I showed you how to give yourself a little distance from the emotion. That's called diffusion. But in this case, we really want to experience the emotion, be aware that it's there. That's the Pisces aspect. But the Virgo comes in and wants you to be very grounded with it, wants you to be practical. You want to see the emotion as something very practical. Like, what's it telling me? Why is it here? It's in a very practical, factual way. And with that, you can get some real learning in there if you have that orientation, but it takes both. You can't just, because Virgos are going to just kind of bypass the whole emotional thing, at least with their awareness, and go straight to the details and lists and you making sure everything's in order. But we don't want to bypass the emotions. That's how we're healing in this case. Chiron is there showing us through the emotional complexes which things that we need to resolve. And that's when we bring in Virgo, which is seeing the emotion as a practical entity. Now, it gets even better when we go into Saturday, because of this square and this imbalance or this inability to balance. Now we're looking at being practical, but we got fire in the sidereal. So it's moving forward. Okay, so now we've got grounded fire. How are we going to work this out? And the answer is that we do want to be grounded yang energy. And the way you do that is to always basically put on lenses, sunglasses with your values on those lenses. So you're everywhere you look, whatever matters to you the most, whether it's spirituality, whether it's health, whether it's your family, there could be lots of different things for different people. And it's what matters to you, not what the collective says it should matter. So you're looking at the world through these lenses, and now we're going to apply the fire. That's how you work out this balance. And if we're going to align with the stars, we're going to have to use both in order to get into balance. So in my mind, that's why I chose the following pictures for social media. This is for Friday. So the Mars conjunction to Chiron, and we're learning that the aggression is causing us. It's the way that we're responding to this argument. That's what's causing us the suffering. And then healthy assertiveness, standing our ground, and communicating in a healthy way. That's the answer. And then on Saturday, it's don't just go zoom to the moon. Don't just get in your rocket and go. This isn't just an all-out yang day. This is a mixed, grounded, fire day. It sounds like an oxymoron. At least it did to me. They don't really mix all that well, and at least normally. So what we have to do is apply your values to your whole life. Bring those values to the forefront. That's the Virgo side, is seeing the world through your values. Everywhere you look, you see that highest value. And then you move that forward with the Sagittarius energy. Sounds so simple, but you may have to replay this to get a good grasp of what we're expected to do here. We do need both, though. I think if you just pick one, I think you're just going to fall off into more imbalance. So, all right, that's a wrap for tonight. We're going to reconvene on Sunday evening, and that's going to be a grand time with all the family here, getting ready for the New Year's. All right, thanks everybody for sticking around, and we'll see you later on in the weekend.